Today, we're talking about Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast, the final evolution of a YouTuber. Half philanthropist, half game show host, and entirely powered by AdSense. He's the first person to make generosity look like a marketing strategy, and somehow, everyone loves him for it. Give away a house, give away an island, give away a kidney. Wait, that one's probably the next episode. So how did a socially awkward kid from North Carolina become YouTube's golden god of giving? Let's find out, before he finds a way to give away my Nobel Prize.
Jimmy Donaldson. Born May 7th, 1998 in Greenville, North Carolina, which, if you've never been, is basically a Walmart surrounded by more Walmart. Like most great innovators, Jimmy started with nothing. No money, no fame, no attention span. Just a camera, a bedroom, and an internet connection. A lethal combination for any teenager. His early uploads? Let's just say they weren't exactly revolutionary. Let's play Minecraft. Let's count to 100,000. Really riveting stuff. Watching that was like observing evolution in reverse. But here's the thing. He didn't stop. He obsessed. While normal teens were out making friends or bad decisions, Jimmy was studying YouTube like it was holy scripture. He analyzed thumbnails, click scrutiny rates, retention curves. He became the Rain Man of the algorithm. Imagine a kid so focused on YouTube analytics, he could probably tell you the best time to breathe mid-video to avoid drop-off. He posted for years with almost no recognition, which, honestly, is every creator's nightmare, and their origin story. You don't build a billion-view empire overnight. You build it one humiliating upload at a time. I can relate. My first paper on relativity, nobody read it for years either. Maybe I should have titled it, I Stood Still for 24 Hours Straight and Solved Time. What defined Jimmy wasn't talent, it was obsession. He wasn't trying to be famous, he was trying to understand fame. Like a lab experiment, he wanted to know what makes humans click. Spoiler alert, it's money, drama, and free Teslas. So he built his lab, a YouTube channel, and soon he'd start testing just how far generosity and human desperation could take him. All right, from broke teenager to digital philanthropist in training. You've seen the kid with the camera. Now it's time for the kid with the checkbook. And this is where the madness begins. Jimmy started experimenting with one question. What will people watch if I'm insane enough to do it? He counted to 100,000. Online, for 40 hours, and people watched. If that doesn't summarize the state of our civilization, nothing will. But it worked. People couldn't look away. Because deep down, humans love watching someone suffer voluntarily. It makes them feel productive. While other creators were busy making content, Jimmy was running psychological warfare. He weaponized boredom, persistence, and curiosity. 3 things the internet forgot existed. He didn't become viral, he reverse-engineered virality. Every title, every thumbnail, every second, measured, tested, optimized. The man wasn't chasing fame, he was A/B testing humanity. And then came the pivot, when Jimmy realized attention was a currency, and generosity could be the exchange rate. This moment changed everything. For the first time, someone realized you could combine clickbait with kindness. And for once, the internet didn't just watch chaos, they watched kindness. It was the first time dopamine and decency shared a thumbnail. Give away a car, a house, a private island. The man basically turned capitalism into a raffle. Jimmy found a cheat code. Generosity equals views. And views equal more money to be generous with. It's the only pyramid scheme that ends with someone getting an orphanage. I spent my life chasing the truth of the world. He spent his chasing thumbnails. And somehow, he's the one with the private island. He built an empire out of spectacle and spreadsheets. While others made videos, he made infrastructure. Warehouses, editors,
logistics teams, entire charities. The man industrialized generosity. At some point, MrBeast stopped being a YouTuber. He became a multinational corporation disguised as a nice guy with a camera. And somehow, it worked. Meanwhile, I revealed the fabric of reality, and people called it a hoax. Jimmy gives away a car and gets a standing ovation.
So what actually drives MrBeast? Fame? Fortune? Nope. Something much worse. Jimmy isn't addicted to attention. He's addicted to efficiency. He's not making videos. He's conducting experiments on human curiosity. He measures joy, sorrow, generosity, all in CPM. He doesn't ask, will this make people happy? He asks, will this make people watch? And the terrifying part is, those two questions have become the same thing. This is what happens when morality meets monetization. He turned kindness into a KPI. Every dollar given is a data point. Every tear shed is retention time. But don't get me wrong, the kid's a machine. While most creators burn out chasing one viral hit, Jimmy's out there building a factory of them. He doesn't just play the algorithm. He studies it like an apex predator studies its prey. One part spectacle, one part generosity, one part guilt that you've never done anything that nice in your life. Mix well, serve to 400 million subscribers. He once said he reinvests every penny back into his videos. Imagine that. A billionaire with the spending habits of a startup and the moral compass of a Boy Scout. I'll give him credit. He's disciplined. While others chase sponsorships, he builds ecosystems. Feasts, chocolates, philanthropy, burgers, tech companies, all orbiting the same sun. The next video. And his secret weapon? Obsession. The same disease that drives every genius and every maniac. He doesn't just want to be number one. He wants to perfect the game. I know that feeling. I spent my life trying to understand the universe. He's trying to understand the human brain, one thumbnail at a time. And honestly, he's closer than any psychologist. So maybe he's not a YouTuber. Maybe he's a mirror. Every time he gives away something, we click, we cheer, we comment. Because deep down, we're not watching him change lives. We're watching him prove we still have one. Touching, right? Now excuse me while I vomit.
And here's where the story gets complicated. Because when you build an empire on generosity, people start wondering what's real. Every giveaway, every donation, praised, then picked apart. The internet has a gift for turning saints into suspects. One week he's feeding villages. The next, he's being accused of using them for content. Humanity never changes. Give them a miracle, and they'll check the fine print. But let's be honest, MrBeast built a machine that can't stop running. Every video must be bigger, kinder, louder, longer. When your success depends on scale, the line between generosity and exhaustion gets blurry fast. He didn't just make a channel, he made an economy. And like all economies, it demands growth, even if it costs your sanity. I once tried to explain everything. He's trying to explain everyone to themselves. I used math, he uses money. His method works better. His critics call him manipulative. His fans call him a saint. The truth? He's a reflection of us. Ambitious, conflicted, addicted to applause. In an age where empathy has to compete with engagement, MrBeast found a loophole. He made doing good profitable. That's not evil. It's evolution. Uncomfortable, efficient, unstoppable. Back in my day, we called that progress. Then we invented nuclear weapons. So, we'll see how this goes. Maybe his real experiment isn't about money or fame. Maybe it's about proving humans can care at scale. Maybe he's testing if kindness can survive capitalism. Or maybe he's just really good at thumbnails. Both can be true. In the end, MrBeast didn't just change YouTube. He rewired how the world sees generosity. He turned giving into a spectacle and somehow made it contagious. Which, if you think about it, is probably the best pandemic humanity's ever had.
So, what do we learn from all this? That in the modern world, you don't need to split the atom to change humanity. You just need a camera, a budget, and a god-tier upload schedule. MrBeast proved that generosity sells, that morality trends, and that, apparently, you can fix part of the world one thumbnail at a time. And maybe that's the real genius of Jimmy Donaldson. Not that he gives people money, but that he gives them hope in HD. Personally, I'd still prefer relativity. In a universe governed by chaos, MrBeast found order in the form of a perfectly timed upload. Maybe that's progress. Or maybe it's proof that we've officially lost our minds. Congratulations! You've almost learned something! I'll see you in the next episode.